Hello. Recently got a comment saying, asking for videos to show me working on different projects. So I just thought I'd do a quick video on me working on my English paper piecing. Oh, it's pressing buttons on my computer. There we go. So these are all the hexes that I've already basted. So this is where I've taken a piece of card, tacked the fabric so I can still pop the cardboard out, but I'll show you how I do that. There's loads of tutorials online. This is my first ever thing that I've been doing with English paper piecing, so I am not a pro at all, but I'm enjoying it. So I suppose that's the main thing, isn't it, with your projects? So I just take some scrap thread and get my needle. I've got these Prim quilters needles. Now I think these are actually meant to be used for like actually quilting a quilt, like putting the lines in. I just use them for stitching anyway. That's my favourite kind of knot to do as well. So I get these. This is a charm pack that I got the other day that I've cut up last night. These were all my pre-cut hexagons. So I just pick one and that. And then I like to use loads of clips because it keeps the fabric steady and it stops it from sort of moving around while I'm sewing. So I'll hold one, clip, go all the way around, clip. This is all I sat and did last night. So I did quite a few actually. I think I did 34. I was meant to post a picture on my stories and I forgot. But I did 34 hexagons doing this 34 times. While I was watching Corrie and Emmerdale, and we've started watching American Horror Story as well. I've never watched it before. We've just finished watching Coven, and then we started with the Apocalypse one, so we'll see how that goes. So then I just get the corner and I just fold it down, so all of them now are neatly folded. And then I just go, some people go through to the front, but I don't. I just tack just into the edge, and I do two. So I go through once and then through again, and then onto the next one, and I just go all the way around. These don't have to be perfect at all. They can just, because you're taking the card out, no one's going to see this. Once you've put your batting or wadding or whatever it's called, and your back in and you've quilted, no one's going to see these. So like you just keep going. Doesn't have to be. Just so you can pop the card out afterwards, basically. And then onto the last corner. And then what I do on the last one is I go through again, take the end that's not on my needle, which is that one, wrap it around the needle a few times and just pull it through. And then that's it. And that is one hexagon ready to put onto the quilt. And then when it comes to actually attaching it to your blanket, I use a different thread. I tend to use this silvery colour because you can't, it up against a lot of different colours, you can barely see it. So again, just cut a strip off. Thing is with these quilters needles, is their eyes are that small, you can't use there we go, like a needle threader, because the eyes are so small. But my favourite kind of knot that I find really secure is you put the end over your needle and pinch, wrap it round. I probably do like 3 or 4 times, and pinch the knot pull the needle all the way through, and then it just leaves you with a little knot on the end. Then take one of my clips, and I just put the fabric right sides together, matching, like lining up the corners. Put a clip on to hold that in place, and then to make sure that they're securely together, I go through in line with the card, up in out the corner. So, and again, I'm not perfect at this. I'm not a pro. I'm not someone that's done it for years or anything like that. So this is just me. I go through both and I just give it a couple of wraps. There's like another knot to secure them. And then I literally just go through. My stitches aren't perfect, but I think no one's going to know because they're not going to see them. And then you want to do little stitches, not catching the paper or the card inside. And then you just stitch across. And I mean, if anyone's got any other tips for patchwork or English paper piecing or anything like that that they want to add, feel free. Like, absolutely add them on. Share tips and tricks, and you know, we all want to make things easier, and like, it does get fiddly sometimes. And I only find out if I've clipped the card when I'm taking the card out, and a lot of them have got little wounds, little cuts on them or anything from where I've gone through them. And then I get through to the last corner and I just get right into the corner, and again I knot it again, and then I snap my thread. So it's a good job I did knot it because I've pulled too hard. And then I'll just start again. So I'll go again, keep saying again, and then so that's that one joined on, and then I will fold it, pinch it so that the red is now lined up with the pink, clip at the far corner and start again. Usually I do this with one thread that is still attached. Come up, grab that corner, don't pull too hard, then I'm going to just go across, and it's just a really nice, slow, doesn't need any brain work kind of project to do in an evening. So when I'm sat watching telly on a night and I'm absolutely drained and I just want to switch off, I can just sit and do this, and all the colours in it just makes me so happy. I really enjoy it. It's become my obsession. Sometimes I do stitches bigger, sometimes I do them smaller, sometimes I catch more fabric than other times. You know, it's just imperfect, and that's handmade, isn't it? You know, things don't have to be perfect like as if the shop bought when it's handmade. My personal opinion anyway. So now I've gone round all 6 sides of this hexagon, so now I just pop that hexagon out, reuse that. You can see it's got all damaged edges on it, but it'll still be fine to use. So because that's all covered, I've took that out, and now that'll be a lot more easier to manoeuvre when I come through to do the red and the blue together here. Again, just get my clip, attach it with a knot. I'm probably, like, some people don't do this at every corner. I just like to because I'm really doubtful of myself and I don't want it to come apart and then have to mend it, which I don't mind. I quite like mending, but like, I'd rather not. And then I just go across again, and this is all I do. And then I just make sure that I don't have 2 of the same fabrics next to each other in this, but I want to do some like the tumbling blocks ones and stuff like that, where you use different gradients of a colour and it sort of gives it like an optical illusion. That would be really cool to do. So yeah, get to this corner. I bought my hexagon punch off Amazon, and again I've snapped it again. It's probably because it's old thread, but yeah, and that's it. So these are my 1-inch hexagons. I have got a mini punch, so I've got my big punch, which makes that one, and my mini punch, which makes these ones. So I think the fabric that I've got that's too small for doing the 1-inch, I'm going to do a 1/2 inch one for my little girl maybe, but we'll see how far I get and how long this actually takes me. So yeah, take the clip off. I've not taken it out of that one because I still need to do this edge, and that's a hexagon join done.